Hey guys, what's up, everybody? Man, just want to let y'all know that I'm going to be doing some House of Dragons review, more poignant reviews. We got our post credits that we're going to be doing as we watch the different shows and stuff, like immediate reactions. But I'm going to do better or more comprehensive breakdowns and everything. My health has not been doing so good here at the end of this week. I was planning on doing this sooner and everything else, so I do apologize for that. So let's get down to it. I'm going to break down in a smaller way. I'm not going to make this too long. I'm going to try to be, from episode 3 on, try to do like a bigger breakdowns per episode. But looking at House of Dragon season 2, episode 1 and episode 2. Thank you guys. Please like and subscribe. Put your comments down how you liking the show down below for us, and we'll respond to every one of them. But let's get into this. So we got House of the Dragon. One of the things I wanted to point out from season 2 to season 1 was something kind of cool. Maybe not everybody talks about this or even notice this, but I love the opening sequence. If you go back to season 1 and watch the very first episode, the very first thing, what is it? We're in the sky. We got Rhaenyra flying her dragon as a younger kid and everything else, which was a really cool sequence, flying through the clouds and all that stuff. Well, with this right here, with the House of the Dragon, if you look at this little section right here at the very beginning, right after we get past this little credit scene, we jump right into the Raven flying through the woods in the north. Kind of that same kind of transition. And that's one thing that's super cool for the House of the Dragon, even the Game of Thrones back when it was at its best and everything else. I know some people have problems with some of the things that happened later on in the last couple of seasons, but man, dude, this kind of stuff right here is just really super cool. Shows that pay attention to detail. And it's one of the things, we got shows out there, I'm not even going to name names on shows and stuff, but we got shows out there that don't pay attention to detail. And when you watch a show like this that wants you to pay attention to detail, you get awarded for paying attention to detail. This is a big deal. This is one of those things that's bro, look, I'm focusing on every detail. And then I go to another show and you see how bad it details that some of these other shows out there have. And this isn't one of them, man. You get, if you just pay attention and watch and enjoy and look at the story and pay attention to what people say and do, all these things, most of the time, maybe not 100%. I don't think everything is going to ever be 100%, but at least 95, maybe even more than that percent of the time, you're going to be rewarded for that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, episode 1 has some cool stuff. We got she's obviously knows her son died at the very end of last season, and she's out there trying to find evidence of it. You can see her out here looking in the distance, just the shots and everything else that this show and Game of Thrones has always done. That just looks so good, looks so fabulous. Right here we got the scene where we're leading up into Blood and Cheese. And we've got the king. I will say King Aegon, as far as the actor goes, awesome and amazing. This dude's pretty damn badass. I could see it a little bit last season, but you definitely didn't see it now. We got this little kid right here being a little runt. You know what I'm saying? Being a little asshole over here. And this guy, look, man, I don't give a damn. These are totally different. These are totally different Lannisters. Totally different. Probably don't know shit about one another, how many years it is in the past. But I don't care, man. F those Lannisters, man. F those Lannisters except for Tyrion. This guy right here can go F himself too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a shit. I was hoping he was having to ride like a little pony. But never mind. He didn't have to do that. But just these great scenes and stuff like that, and great just visuals. She coming down after finally finding the proof of her son's death and everything else. Just the way things look. We got Lucerys over here trying to sneak his little snake ass up in here into Aegon's mind. We know that's probably going to happen. We got the Hand right here, talking to his daughter and stuff and getting everything set up. Like I said, I'm going to spend more time when it comes to later breakdowns. It's just I'm trying to catch up. Sorry, guys. But we got Daemon over here doing his thing, looking at people, telling them, it's your fault, you piece of trash. You should have killed him when you had the chance. Talking to her, talking to Rhaenyra. Some of these names can get pretty crazy. We got homegirl coming back and saying she wants Aemon. I don't give a damn. We want the one-eyed creature out there. We want his ass taken out. She goes and says that. which gets Damon's ass to start blood and cheese and everything else. So as we go through here, we got the hand doing his thing, Otto being creepy as hell. Now we got blood and cheese making their way up into the thing. I'll tell you what, I know the book and like technically all that stuff. I know that it was a little more graphic, a little more painful in the storytelling of the book, but I do not mind what they did in the show. They still made her choose something. Like, I understand some people's like, man, in the book, it was way more thing because she made them pick what kid. And then like when she picked, they picked the other one to kill and then tell that kid like, oh, your mommy wants you dead. I get it. I understand it. But with that being said, she still kind of made a choice. Like they were like, hey, which one's the male? Because they didn't want to go through there stripping off these little kids and stuff and taking too much time. And she points at the boy, and the boy's the one they take. So she still kind of made a choice. Like, I know it's not as powerful, and also know why they didn't make a kid's head roll in this episode either. Like, we're not going to show it, but I'm going to tell you right now, the sounds and everything when they backing up from this scene is freaking horrible and disgusting. And one of the things that we found out that most of us already sort of knew about this was when she gets up in here and she pushes open that door and she be bumping in to the bump and grind that's happening. Look, let me tell you something right now, dog. That right there, whew, Christian Cole getting him a little something, and it does not end in this episode right there. So let me back this out just 1 second. And let's go to the second. But like, yeah, that first episode set everything up. We got the son for the son. And then we go into what's called Rhaenyra the Cruel, which is like the second episode of this season. And let me tell you something. It's pretty good as well. Like, I liked it almost probably as much or more than the first episode. House of Dragon is killing it all season 2. I almost loved everything. Like, I even liked Rhaenyra's whenever she comes in with her dragon. I know some people have problems with that because she kills like a bunch of common folk and shit. But you know what? That's just what happens in Game of Thrones. Like, your ass ain't no loyalty, your ass die. And even if you are loyalty, your ass die. But yeah, we jump into the next episode where, look at them eyes, man. Hungry eyes. I think I should read you and I. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Probably getting it on. We got Creeper being still a creeper with his little club ass foot. He's probably mad too, because like he knows they be getting it on. We got Otto up here probably figuring some shit out. He's like, hell nah, man. We got to use this death. We got to get him to go up there. We got the mom trying to get the other mom to agree to come out here. We got the little kid coming in here with his little neck sewn on. You know what I'm saying? I thought that damn net was going to fall off during this little thing whenever they get the thing trapped. You see her kind of panicking and stuff like this and everything while the thing gets stuck, because it looks like everybody thought we were going to have a riot scene, but we're not going to have a riot scene. It's actually some people that feel kind of bad. It just like causes her to have, you know, issues and everything because she's like neurodivergent and everything else. And then we got these Rhaenyra doing her thing, talking to these people, and they acting like, oh yeah, they're blaming it on you. She's like, I didn't do shit. Bro, this right here is what you call good acting. And this show is super serious, but one thing that makes it cool is there's those moments, kind of like what you had with the Hound back in the original Game of Thrones, where you had these scenes that technically were still serious, but they were funny as hell. You got to like cut the tension. And Damon's sitting here at this table while they're discussing like what happened and why Rhaenyra is being blamed for this and everything else. And I think it's Rhaenys that looks at him first, but like everybody starts slowly looking towards like Damon, and he's just over there with like this almost grin on his fucking face. Like, bro, that shit was funny as hell. I enjoyed the hell out of that, dude. Just like all these, she knows it. Then that's them two get. This is, to me, is the best scene of the show so far. Is these two getting at it. I think Damon's not going to be in as much of this season as he was last season. But man, these two, their chemistry, and it's not like a good chemistry where like you think they're super in love and all this stuff. It's this like chemistry of these two people, and actor and actress, that are colliding together with each other, that just knows how to work off each other, man. Like her emotion, his emotion, like, you know, the way they look, all these expressions, everything in this scene to me was my favorite scene. That's him walking out. He's about to go get on his damn dragon. You slowly see him walking away. But yeah, man, just like the emotion and stuff, like in the way they acted, that's the best scene to me so far that's happened in the first 2 episodes. But House of Dragon did so good. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be my favorite. But he gets up on his direction. I think his name of his direction is Caraxes. His ass is going up in there, doing his thing, leaving. Probably going to Harrenhal. Some of us know that. Probably just going to go do the Harrenhal thing. We got the king and the queen right here meeting each other on the steps. I thought that was pretty interesting too. They gave each other a look. But whenever this shit, he goes to walk off, she gives him like a nod. Like she's like, she can feel it. Like almost it's better for her to communicate with her husband in some ways, just by visuals, just by like eyes, like looking at each other, giving eye contact and stuff, and sometimes even using words, because like she can sense like how he's feeling. And I think she like understood and knew like what was going on because she gives him the look. We got little punk ass, higher than thou Christian Cole over here watching them drag the bloody mattress out of the damn room. I'm almost feeling maybe even kind of bad. And here's the thing, the moms over here playing with the kids, actually spending time with them. And then you got Allison over there, part of the green. She ain't giving a damn. She's trying to get that pie ate, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, like it just is a strat. I think that's why a lot of people are for the blacks. Because even though they make bad decisions, even though they do bad things, at least you can kind of relate to them in like in a family sense, where like you're sitting back and you're going, like at least they love each other as a family, even though they do the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? You might have had that family in the neighborhood, had like 5 kids, and they be fighting each other all the time, doing dumb shit. But then whenever somebody messed with their family, they all came together. Like you can respect that a little bit, kind of like what they doing. We got Allison over here talking about we ain't doing this shit no more. But you know what? They know, you can see it. They're going to do it again, man. They all over the place. Like just craziness going on. We got, oh, come on, man. We got this little weak ass bit. Look, I like Eamon. I like the actor. One of the things I said on one of the post-credit scenes was that like he inspired his walk and stuff by watching Michael Myers movies, because he knew he didn't have a huge amount of lines, that he was kind of quiet person in the show. He wasn't gonna have a lot of lines, so he wanted to stand out a little bit. But yeah, this is him being a little bitch laying in some lady's lap, telling her all his woes. But he's got mom problems and everything else, so it is what it is. And then I thought this was kind of unnecessary. These are a couple of scenes that was in the episode, because this episode was pretty damn long. Like this scene right here where we got Hammer. We got the Sir Hammer over here. This scene I thought was right, but Sir Hammer I thought was a little out of place, but only because like I don't know how big of a character they're going to make him, but it did show us the world. It did show us like what was happening to the common people and everything else. And then it was back to back with this scene where we had the Holes like meet up. I think it's Alan and Adam. They're doing their thing. They're going to play roles. You'll find out later, probably not even very long from now, what their roles are possibly going to be. Some people think they're the sons of the sea snake. Some people think they're the sons of, like in the book, might be the sea snake. Most people think it's the sea snake because his son, obviously from season 1 was like gay and he like fled the country basically. So I don't know what's up with him. I do think one problem is going to be is something that we did see in this episode just for a little bit. I thought this was kind of a cool scene too. Husband and wife chilling, they're laying in bed together, talking, and like he even makes a comment like it's okay to be dominated sometimes, which is cool, and Rhaenyra, hey girl, you're doing your thing. She's doing her thing. I like the actress here. But yes, we go back to some of the stuff going on, setting up everything. She's talking to this little white worm, getting information. Oh, but one of the scenes I was talking about, because I might not even jump to it wasn't a huge scene, was we got to see sea smoke in this episode from one of the brothers, like looking up and seeing it flying around. Technically, lore is like a dragon rider or a dragon does not change. And it's actually this scene right here. But it does not change like their sea smoke. It's like it does not change unless like the dragon rider dies. Now, maybe they can try to like say, well, he's gone and like the dragon's not going to go there. It doesn't sense him anymore. So maybe the dragon thinks he is dead kind of thing. But I don't know. how magical they're going to make this or not make this. So this is where I think there might be a problem, unless you show something that happens to the sun. I just don't know how they're going to. Some people might get a little irritated from that if they do it that way. Oh, and this is where they see the old cheese ass hanging up with the rest of these people. Dead as hell. We got the dog, man. This dog got kicked. You know what I'm saying? This dog, like, feel bad for it a little bit, but man, get your ass away from here. That man does not deserve your respect. You know what I'm saying? Should have bit his balls off while he was hanging there, to be honest with you. This is another great scene, man. Otto and the king going into it. Ends up making the king quit and hand in his little emblem there. Makes him give it to Christian Cole, which is a pretty good scene. Like, both of these actors did good. And you almost can say that for almost every scene in this effing show, dude. It is so crazy how good and well acted all these things are. You know, this is the thing. This is one of the least favorite things I think I saw in this episode was they let, or Rhaenyra decides to let her go home, which we all know if you read the books and know some of the knowledge. There's a little bit of spoilers here. I'm not giving anything big away, like who's going to die and stuff. But like the White Worm does kind of like end up being like the Queen of Whispers, or the Whispers for Queen Rhaenyra during this time, which is cool. But that she allows her to leave, and then because she does that, it happens. She bumps in to the wrong Eric. Once Eric and once Eric. One's A, one's E, you know, whatever. But she bumps in and sees him, and then that's how she's able to give this warning for this scene where they're actually trying to assassinate Queen Rhaenyra. And really good. I thought this is, man, the thing about the fights and stuff in this whole thing, and this is like Otto and his daughter like having a couple scenes together, and she almost admits to him like what she's been doing. He said, I don't want to give a shit. I don't want to hear it. She walks in on her son crying, don't even comfort him. See, Rhaenyra would have came up in there and gave him a hug or something like that, but Alicent don't matter. She's going to go back and get some of that Christian Cole in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pretty messed up to ask me. But yeah, like I was saying, dude, these episodes, these shows are so good. But we had the twins fight, which I thought is just so realistic. It's so poignant because of how realistic it is. Like, it's just so crazy how much more realistic fights and stuff in the Game of Thrones are, and how much more believable, right? And so I really just respect all that. You can sense it, man. And look, I'm excited. Like I said, I had to do episode 1 and episode 2 later, so I kind of wanted to speed through it a little bit, give you guys a little bit of my opinion so I can have it on the channel. And then I'm going to go from there and break down episode 3 in a more thorough fashion, a little more slower, and everything else. I don't want them to be super, super long. I know you guys don't have a huge amount of time, especially for a smaller channel. With that being said, guys, thank you very much. Thank you to the Patreons and everybody else that watched this. Please give a like and thumbs up and everything else to help the channel out. And until next time, peace.